kill them.
Didn't go too well, did it? So what if it did go well? What if Zinaida managed to kill Jalkar and Grim? Well, in this video, we will see what would have happened. Zinaida is the last one standing. He uses his vortex song, and Jalkar and Grim start to come closer. I'm not sure myself how he intended to take them down, but let's just say they die for some reason to Zinaida. The first thing I think Zinaida realizes is that Lucius survived, and they both go back to Mount Velgrin and destroy the Ender Dragon egg they got from the two mercenaries. Now, we can be sure that Abigail would just not become an Ender Knight because of this, and most likely go after the Volturus. Now, since she sees them walking off with the egg, let's skip a few seconds back. The two Volturus would probably take longer to leave the scene, meaning Abigail actually lands at the scene while they're still there. We could imagine she tries to get the egg back, or leave the Volturus be, since they killed the two people she has been following for quite some time now. Most likely the former, since she wants the egg. Zinaida would easily be able to outmatch Abigail and kill her as well. But even if she doesn't decide to attack them, her being at home in Concord would remove her from being an ally to the protagonist later on. After that, they actually make their way back to Mount Velgrin and get rid of the egg, and after that would probably try and find more, although it's not said where more of them are. So let's say only one egg ends up being destroyed. That means most of the series just goes like normal, except for the fact that Igneous and Sen would not end up getting to Ataraxia since Abigail wouldn't give them a map that sends them there. Let's say that they get a map somehow and reach Ataraxia. Luna would also not be hatched from the egg, and Abigail's unyielding legion hunt would never begin, and the Enderknights don't get brought together. The battle on Mount Velgrin would go down the same, except for the fact Zinaida is there. He would be very effective, and would probably survive the battle since Lucidius did too. And most likely some more Volturus survive the battle with him being there. Ingresus finally comes through the portal. The Volturus have some more good news this time though, and that they managed to get rid of an Ender Dragon egg. They would then go off and search the Prime Songs. Most of the series would play out the same, apart from Alistair becoming the Ender King and not being overthrown instantly by Abigail. We could imagine he would ally with the Nether. It would also mean that when the Deathsinger tells Achillean to surrender, Abigail doesn't show up. So what happens next? Does Ingresus kill Achillean and Sen? Probably not. Sen and Achillean would definitely manage to escape. The rest would probably play out the same. The Knights of Ardonia would get out of Crown Peak and summon Herobrine to help them. Now, we get to Season 3, and this is where Vulcanus has the memory of Phytus killing Kronos. Like usual, Ingresus goes to Phythus in Crown Peak, but this time, Alistair would have allied with the Nether, meaning he has no reason to go after the Enthroned. So now, he and Ingresus only focuses on the Knights of Ardonia. The scene cuts to the Redstone Academy where Hubris and Grek have taken down all the Wither skeletons. They get Frederick and leave, but then a Wither appears. But this time, the Ender Knights wouldn't save them since they aren't with the Knights of Ardonia this time. So probably Grek and Hubris don't survive the Wither and Frederick gets captured again, and the Prime Song device would get made and Ingresus would be able to use it. Since Frederick would be with the Nether Alliance again, Ingresus would use the Prime Song device and locate the next two, and would probably find them quickly. With Zinaida still alive, he would probably fight in the Battle of Meridian, and would maybe be with Tigren as the only Volturus there are meaning when Tigren and Zinaida fight Sen and Rhea would probably not be able to take them down, meaning Tigren survives the battle. But since the end would not be something Phythus would need to worry about, he and Ingresus both focus on the same thing, meaning they don't have too much trouble unlike in the main story. The fall FO Ataraxia would probably not happen since Ingresus would have the Prime Songs already, and the fight in Felora would go the same most likely, and with the end not being a Nether enemy, Vulcanus wouldn't get the job to lead the battle against the Enderknights. Since Ataraxia would not get attacked, Gallius would survive, and since Ingresus has the Prime Songs, the Knights of Ardonia never go to Gale Point, meaning Tidesinger doesn't die. However, Lucan and Nika still go to Felden and start a rebellion. Sen also doesn't get captured and doesn't find out he is a Volturus and Senderus. Meanwhile, in Felden, Lucan and Nika are looking at Nitsuk's list of people who could join the rebellion. Like usual, they find Eri and Zarya, and later Nitsuk is captured and ready to be executed till, like in the main story, Lucan and Nika attack him till Nitsuk kills him with the arrow. Back to Phythus. He is mad at Vulcanus and Scorch, and makes the Angel of Death regroup the Nether forces to Crown Peak to bring an end to the war. Phythus is on the Nether throne and talks with Vulcanus till they fight alongside with Ingressus, who came in and stood with Vulcanus and confronted Phythus. Like usual, they fight Phythus, but then the Angel of Death goes through the portal, and the Volturus including Zinaida get killed. This time, Abigail doesn't arrive and Phythus reaches Vulcanus and kills him, since that's probably what he wanted to do in that moment. In Tartarus, Rhea, Sen, Borgin, Val, Yujuki and Herobrine have gathered to talk about the Crown Peak attack. Ingressus goes to Hailstone and sees all the Volturus dead. The Knights of Ardonia have found Suleiman and he backs Aways and falls down and dies. Later, Sen and Rhea fight Phythus and then Ingressus appears and battles Phythus. However, he has all 4 prime songs now and manages to defeat Phythus easier and probably doesn't get stabbed and die. But Sen still becomes the master since Ingressus is not trusted to lead the Volturus anytime soon again. As always, the prime songs get hidden in the end and the Volturus clan gets reborn. That's what would have happened if Zinaida managed to defeat Jalkar and Grim. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Bye.